One of the decisions you'll need to make as you set up your Instagram page is whether or not you want to have a business or a personal account. The first thing that's important to note is that unlike Facebook, the entity or account for a person and a business is the same. So on Facebook, a person has a profile and a business has a page, and a person in a profile has to create a page. On Instagram, it's an account. Or sometimes you'll hear it called a profile, or sometimes you'll hear it called a page. But whether it's a business or a person, they just have accounts, profiles, or pages. So an account is basically the same whether it's a business or a person. But there are a few differences that are important to note. Otherwise, why would they have the distinction? So the first thing that's important to know is that when it comes to overall functionality, there really is no difference between what a page can do and what a person can do. So on Facebook, where they have different entities, there's a page and a person, and they both can do very different things. On Instagram, a personal account and a business account both can basically do most of the same things. So both accounts can post images, both accounts can like other photos and comment on photos. So really, pages or business accounts are not restricted on Instagram like they are in some other social networks, which is great. One of the things, though, that people believe is that if you create your account and say that it's a business account, your posts will start to get less visibility in the Instagram newsfeed. So let me back up and explain what I mean by this a little bit. So on Facebook, which by the way owns Instagram, we have pages for businesses and profiles for people. Facebook has, similar to Instagram, an algorithm for their newsfeed that decides what posts show up near the top. On Facebook, any posts that come from businesses automatically get less visibility in the algorithm because Facebook says, hey, we should just make businesses pay for this. Why are we giving it away for free? We have a great ad platform. So what's happened over the last 10 or 15 years that Facebook has been around is that businesses started getting less and less visibility in the newsfeed on Facebook as Facebook tried to drive them toward ads. So when Instagram, owned by Facebook, announced that they were creating business accounts, most people said, well, I don't want to have it as a business account because then my post will probably get less visibility because that's what Facebook did over on Facebook. The reality is that a number of accounts have done tests to see what gets better results, the business account or a personal account. And there's been no definitive research or acknowledgement by either Facebook or by people who have done testing themselves that says definitively that business accounts tend to get less visibility. So the bottom line is that some people are hesitant to turn their account into a business account because they believe, based on how Facebook has acted in the past, that their account will get less visibility and they'll reach fewer people. The reality is that at this point, that is not the case. Now, could Instagram or Facebook in the future do that? Absolutely. But I'm sure if they're going to start penalizing business pages or business accounts with less visibility, they probably would then require and enforce that people using Instagram for business have to designate it as a business account, which is what Facebook did. So on Facebook, they said businesses have to have pages. They cannot have profiles. And then they started reducing the visibility. So if it gets to that point, you probably won't have control over the matter anyways. So rather than hum and haw and worry about what they might do in the future, let's deal with what's happening now. And what's happening now is that Instagram gives you the option to create a business account and you don't really lose any functionality. Nothing suggests that you're getting any less visibility than on a personal account. And as a bonus, you get all sorts of extra features. So the bottom line, the quick story is that you should be using an Instagram business account if you are using it for a business. And here's why. First of all, only businesses have access to ads. So in order to create an Instagram business account, you do have to connect it to your Facebook page. But the bonus of this is that then you can also run ads through Facebook's ad platform. So Instagram ads are run through the Facebook ad platform. And so you can only access those if you have a business Instagram account. So if you want to run ads, you need a business account. The second thing is analytics. You only get access to analytics if you have a business account. So if you want to know how your posts are performing, how many people they're reaching, if you want to understand the demographics of the people who are connected to you, you need a business account. And then the final big feature is that you can add contact information to your profile. So if we look at the Bootcamp Digital profile, you see here it has our address and it says call, email, and directions. These are all clickable buttons that are integrated into your phone. You only get that functionality if you have a business account. So the bottom line is that you're probably better off having a business account just to get these benefits. Now, there are some limitations to creating a business account, but they're fairly minor. The first thing is it has to be linked to your Facebook page. So if you don't have a Facebook page, you would need to create one and link that in order to create a business account. The other thing is that a business account cannot be private. Well, that's probably okay, because if you have a business account, you probably don't want it to be private anyways. And then the last thing is that it must be connected to your Facebook page, and some of the Facebook page information does flow over. So for example, under our name Bootcamp Digital, it says business consultant. That category is pulled from our Facebook page and we can't change it. So the limitations are really, really minimal. The other thing that's good is that right now, if you have a business account, you can convert it back to a personal account. And if you have a personal account, you can convert it to a business account. So if you find that you have a problem one way or another, you can always change it, which makes this a relatively low risk situation. So if you're using Instagram for business, I think the benefit of ads and analytics, as well as the contact information, is incentive enough to create a business account, especially since there's no documented downside in terms of visibility or other negative impacts. So create your account as a business account. Instagram has great documentation on how to simply set this up, and that way you'll get all the functionality of Instagram right in your account.